happening, responsible day traders? It's been a little while. I've been working on some things. I've been working on some things in my personal life. I've been working on some things in my trading life. I've been helping some students out. I've been trying to improve the program. I'm always trying to make it better, and whatever I do to improve or change it is always available to my students. The reason I'm here today, Ron Wasler, thank you very much for letting me know that you were missing my videos. It means a lot to me. Like really, because it lets me know that you're watching them. It lets me know that they mean something to you, and hopefully that they're helping. And if they're helping someone push forward to the next level, then I'm doing my job, and I really feel that sense of fulfillment. So really quick, I've been working with some students one-on-one, doing a few things here and there, really going through these days and talking about what's happening. So what I'm thinking about doing is holding a live class for my current students. If any of you are interested in that, please hit me up and let me know. You can shoot me a message to support@responsibledaytrading.com. You can hit me up on Facebook. You can hit me up on Instagram, Responsible Day Trading. Facebook, you can hit me up on my personal one, Lindsay Duff. You can hit me up through the Responsible Day Trading with Motivated Trader or the Responsible Day Trading Facebook page, and let me know what you think about that. So it may be one class a month, maybe one every other week. We'll just see what the need for it is, and really just going through some things, breaking it down a little bit more, maybe even with all the charts. I would be recording those classes for students and making sure that they have it available to them on the website. One thing here really quick, let's just go through what I did. So guys, I'm working on some things in my personal life. Some of that is patience and looking to the bigger picture, right? So I find that carries over into my trading whenever I'm exiting just a little early due to some signals off the smaller tick charts, instead of really looking what the overall is telling me, when it's telling me strength and momentum and continuation in that direction. So I do believe that my exit today did have good reason on my 610 and my 233, but my higher tick charts gave me just a little bit of reason for to hold on a little bit better or a little bit longer. And then by the time these pullbacks happened, wasn't even interested in it anymore. I did cover a few of the trades that we've been taking before. We do talk a lot about divergences today. We do talk a lot about these new MACDs. We talk a little bit about the new MACDs. Guys, I do not fully understand these new MACDs. I know that both of these MACDs change colors for different reasons, and I love both of the reasons, honestly, and I really wish that I could combine the two. If I could combine the two, it would be like the MACD Mecca Holy Grail, and I don't know if that's like legal in the world today. So anyways, but this is going to wrap it up. I don't want to take too long. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the live classes. Let me know what you think about your own trading. I'd love to hear your feedback. Really hearing your feedback, hearing what it does for you to watch these videos, hearing about your own success stories and even your own struggles really helps me to strive to do better, to help you to do better, and to push us all forward in learning to day trade and become responsible day traders. So guys, without further ado, here is the video for you. Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing well. I got a message from somebody that said that they were a little disappointed they hadn't seen any of my videos in a while, and I got a little inspired. Okay, I have been trading, I just haven't been putting everything out there as much. I've just been super busy, really. Ooh, I'm just looking at what's happened. I haven't looked at today at all until just now. Wow. It's a big drop. Been wondering about this drop for a little bit. Here we go. Makes me curious about what's going on here. We do have a little bit of divergence. Now I have these new MACDs. I'm still learning them. There are benefits to both sets of MACDs, and I'm trying to decide which one I like best or how I combine the two. I don't know. It's telling me the potential for a short here, but just came off of a pretty strong divergence on all charts. So I wouldn't anticipate it just to turn around right here. Go back and look at what I've done over the last couple of days after this. So could I have taken the long trade there? Yeah. Just felt like it was into an also very tight space. So you have to be really, really quick on the draw with something like that. And I have literally just opened up my charts. And I'm not in quick on draw mode just yet. The anticipation's along there, but now I'm getting texts from my daughter to bring her shoes because hers are soaking wet. So I'm gonna have to pause this and come back to it in just a little bit. The joys of motherhood and working from home. You know what? At least I'm lucky that I get to be there for my kids. As she was texting, I literally was sitting here looking, going, man, there's a possibility for a long trade here. The only thing that I was struggling with just slightly is the fact that we had an area right above us. But there's a lot of strength to the upside, and especially coming off of these divergences. And actually, they're not even divergences. Excuse my... Oh, yes, I'm looking... Yes, they are divergences. See, this is my problem with using these two. But coming off of these divergences, and I wish I could move this little thing, so I'll have to use this for now. Right here and here. And these lighting colors down here are something that I'm looking at as well. I'm really trying to determine the value between the two, which I like better. I really wish I could just really find a way to combine the two. They both change colors for different reasons. So if I can find a way to combine those, that would be wonderful. Trying to find out what shoes need to be brought in, and we'll go from there. All right, nice little pull back all the way up into the area where I just want to see something. Hold on. I like where this was before, so I don't want to keep it. So I have one student who works very strongly off of these pullbacks as areas for a push down where it held prior. It does work, but not every single time. You know, it did hold here and push down, so it's pulling back into it another time. Well, I wish I could stick around, but I gotta run. I'll be back. All right, and we're back. Let's see what's happening here. It's giving us this push down. It's almost like a false sense of a push down, but it may follow through. Creating another divergence, pulling back. I'm going to be prepared for a short. In this little bit of a floor. Did have divergence. It doesn't mean it can't come back into it. We can see it didn't pull all the way back to these areas prior. Okay, it's reaching that little bit of a floor we had before. Pretty decent pullback so far. A little bit of divergence here. Not breaking the bottom Bollinger Band here. We still look all right on our 1597, which is the chart we're trading. Pushes down from here, moving 2 ticks behind break even. Looking right here. This still has almost 3,000 ticks. There we go, moving in just a little bit. Watching here, pushing down. Okay. First target out. Second target. I'm watching what's happening here. We're going to move to move right up behind here. Want to move behind here, but it's a little bit quick. I'm going to move this down just a little bit more. The way this is pulling away and cutting back in here, reaching an area that's given a bounce, not a strong push down here, I'm going to go ahead and take the exit. Got a little bit of divergence kick in here. So there's a lot of signals that we see along the way. Like my dryer is done. And this could definitely pull back here and keep pushing down. What I do is I look for my signals. Does this mean that I could hold a lot longer on the bigger signals on the bigger tick chart? Typically, yes. We did just come off of an area of divergence, even on our 10-946. Remember, this is our biggest chart, right? So this is showing us what's been happening over, the last couple of days, really. You can see it struggled to the upside, got back down below. It has had a pretty decent push down, but it created some divergence down there. And then there were signals that told me that this trade was coming to an end. Okay, now does this still have the possibility to push down? It absolutely does. There's just a lot of things that are giving me a little bit of a pushback at this moment, which says, is it going to pull back far enough to where it doesn't even make it worth it for me to really hold on? And it really could. We can see that the price action has come down and pretty much almost equals this area, but the MACDs aren't agreeing. The MACDs aren't agreeing here either, now that we do have 9,000 ticks left. So this could definitely change to purple and pop down. One of the things it tells me, and I'm actually really working on taking this exit much quicker instead of waiting, but it gave me signals on all my tick charts to take an exit, and then the possibility to wait to pull back here. So I didn't get back in when it pulls back. And why is that? I've already told myself that I needed to exit here. It literally becomes a mental game at this point, which I'm totally working on, because it almost is like I'm defying what I've just told myself was going to happen. Now, could it change? Psh, anything is bound to happen in the market. When we're trading like this, we're continuously watching what's happening and evaluating it as it's happening. Now, the strength is starting to pick up to the downside on the 1597, and we can still see we're sitting at that top Bollinger Band, bottom Bollinger Band on the 4181. What I'd be really interested to see is if it does pull back down to here, what the MACDs, or maybe even just a little bit past there, what everything's gonna look like. And it's really showing a struggle to get past there. It does have signals that it could. Oh, there we go. A little bit further. So I have a tendency to exit just a little bit early. That's kind of my thing that I work on. And believe me, I have been working on this quite heavily in the time that y'all haven't seen me around here. Let's actually... I had my stuff turned on here. Maybe I turned it off. Okay. And take you back to look at the last couple of days, 3 days. So let's pull this back just a little bit more. I exited what was a little bit early here. Actually, had it pulled back all the way, it would have been a struggle for me to hold on, and it would have taken me out at break even. So getting back in here was really the right thing to do, although I was no longer there anymore. Here was definitely holding on just a little bit when it pulled down, took my first exit, and then with a break even because I held on for another 3 ticks. I'm just scrolling back a little bit more so we can see what I did the day before. Okay, yeah, those were the only 2 days. took the short. I was looking at some longs. I didn't take while I was working with some students and just talking about the different reasons that we saw for the exits. Took the long, definitely an early exit right here. This is what happens to me sometimes. So holding on for that longer target is definitely what is in my agenda. Do I see it? I do. It's just my own abilities to hold on for that longer target. Let's go back to the actual market right here. All right, we've reached that low. We've exceeded it just by a little bit. Still have major divergences at this area, so lots of distance back to the EMAs. I'm going to anticipate this to pop up again. That's already in the pop as I'm looking over here. What you don't know or don't realize probably is these two charts are on a completely different screen than these three. So the two on the right are on my laptop screen. The three on my left are on my big screen. I am putting a lot of my focus on my bigger charts and only coming to my smaller charts when I'm looking for trade setup. Okay, the snapback happened, pulled back into the area. Looks like it wants to keep pushing down on the 233 and the 610. It's a weak retracement so far in the 1597. You just got major potentials for divergences again. You can see here, we didn't stop there. We went a little bit lower, and the MACDs continued to go to the upside. Continue to go up here. They continue to go up here. They continue to go up here. And even here, they started to get a lot more in tune at this point. And looking at my MACDs, my new MACDs that I'm learning a little bit about right now. And I keep telling you, I can't stress to y'all enough that I'm learning about them, so I don't want y'all to just jump and dive off into them. If you want to, more power to you, buddy, because they are pretty awesome. But learning a little bit about those. And in that same breath, as I'm learning a little bit about those, I can see where my signal to exit here gives me more of a strong signal to exit when I see it down here. So, these are things that I'm using as my own abilities to hold on longer. That is just something that I work with in my personal life. And so it's something that I'm moving into my trading life, having more patience, holding on when things are just a little bit tough, because that's what it is. I see the reasons to exit and I exit. So holding on when things are just feeling a little bit tough and being able to take that move just a little bit longer. I am in no way, shape, or form upset with myself for taking an exit when I see one. But being able to push through that little bit of pain, like you would if you were just trying to hold a position in yoga a little bit longer, or maybe do a couple more reps before, and you get that end result that is pretty satisfying and gratifying. It doesn't take away from any of the work that you're doing. It just means that you get a little bit more out of it. And I understand this concept, and I'm definitely working on that kind of thing. Okay, so here we come. It's come back down. It's pulled back down again for the push up. And here it is finally happening. So I can tell right now that I have lost my whole train of thought. There are some things that I'm working on with some students, as you can see by my notes that I had going on. I mean, really, if you look back, we're talking a lot about different ways that we're reading these MACDs. We're talking about how we're understanding the behavior to understand why we're holding on in different areas. And then just understanding the way these divergences work and things like that. So, but if you have questions and you want to know a little bit more about it, please let me know, and I'll be happy to chit chat with you about some things. Let's see here. Yeah, here's that divergence to push things back up. And it gave an actually really great opportunity as I was talking about strengths and weaknesses. But you know what? It's a wonderful day every time you get to trade. So I'm 22 minutes into this video. So there's just one quick trade. I don't even know. Sorry that I haven't had my videos out lately. Hopefully this one be informative. So that is what I hope for in everything that I do for y'all, that it's informative and pushes you to the next level. So if you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will catch y'all on the profitable side.